And welcome back, everybody. It's been a while. We're back. It's a new year. It's going to be a good year because we only get to talk about half the entertainment industry as it pertains to comics and movies, and it's going to be quite amazing. The hand was forced. Let's put it that way. Uh,
Time to talk about video games.
They couldn't have waited a month, could they?
no. But see, that's the thing. Like, Ricardo brings up video games. It's like, yeah, actually, we're going to talk plenty about Spider-Man as we get more news and stuff, because that's going to be one of the biggest games of 2023. So, there's going to be.
I can't wait for White Bread Jedi Simulator to come out.
Oh,
Oh wow!
I mean, he has scars now.
You gotta-
Yay! Someone cut the bread. Cool.
Whoa, careful. Next thing you know, you're talking about White Bread. He's going to be in the lead for Mr. Fantastic. Come on.
I mean, it's better than having Diego Luna as a Mr. Fantastic, because that's
I'd say something about his acting, but I've yet to watch Andor, so.
Yeah, don't.
I'm such a bad. I'm a fake.
It
Star Wars
ended
fan.
how it started. No.
Boring.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
The best part was the guy that bangs the anvil. No, he went hard.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have to. But he
Bro,
went
if I
hard.
wanted to watch that, I could just watch Iron Man.
It's true.
True. So yeah, everybody, this is our first show of the year. It's going to be a good one. We got a couple topics here that obviously you guys can see in the lineup. The thing with this is, though, we're going to split the MCU Phase 4, kind of a retrospective wrap-up look. Like, we're splitting that into two shows because there's a lot of projects. I wanted to write them all down so I don't forget something. I was like, how did they put out this much content? Like, I had to seriously double take. So
Because they were 2 years behind and they had to catch up.
yeah, it's kind of insane, which obviously we're going to talk about all that. So right now, as always, I am your host, Armin. I am here. Check the links down below to where you can see the things and the stuff and all the other places you can find me at. And as always, I am joined by Mitch.
What's up? Hope everyone had a happy holidays and New Year. If you weren't sick and conked out with the flu or the COVID, whatever's going around. But, yeah, Linktree, socials, stuffs. Clickety.
Are you still on that there Elon Musk social media?
I am on Musky Twitter, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
I'm going down with the ship. I want to see how it ends.
I agree.
Like you ain't gonna walk out of Breaking Bad like at the end of the
Nah.
penultimate season, are you? You gotta find out how it ends.
Topical reference for a show that ended 6 years ago. Perfect. Here we
It's
go.
fine. He's coming back on the Super Bowl, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh. Well, speaking of coming back, also we got Tristan here.
hey guys. You can have social medias, Linktree. Also still on Musk Twitter. It's just seeing him lose even more money as time goes on.
And say he's already lost half of it. How much more can he lose?
Even more.
Find out
I
next
think
week.
to the point where he's not even paying for janitors, and the employees are begging him to do something about it because the stench is unbearable.
I say he's a billionaire. He's never paid a single person in his life.
It's starting to sound like that moment in the Simpsons where Homer is like, I'm investing heavily into pumpkins, and I assume they're going to peak right around January. Like, it's Elon Musk is like, I'm about to invest into WB Discovery. That's gonna peak right around next year.
You mentioned them. We didn't even go one show without you.
We gotta because we're gonna have to mention them. We're just not gonna talk about their topics because they don't like that apparently.
Couldn't even go 1 week.
Yeah,
Wasn't even 10 minutes.
I'll just bleep that out.
There you go. But I will say I appreciate the fact that it was a Simpsons reference, not an Avatar reference.
Oh. Well, I couldn't navigate through that thick amount of references.
Almost threw up in my mouth.
Hey, speaking of the Navi, though, here's Ricardo.
I don't know how that works, but
You're an avatar.
oh,
Are you
God.
just calling him out for like not being like the dominant? No, is that what's going on there?
I don't know.
What?
Racist.
I've
What is
seen
happening?
Ricardo wearing Oakleys. I know what he's about. I've seen Avatar. They wear
Oh
Oakleys.
well, now he's stereotyping like Cameron did. Oh no, oh no. We're gonna get cancelled, I swear.
It just reminds me of that scene with Randy. He's Oakley sweat.
My God.
God.
So Ricardo, what have you been up to? Where can people find you?
Just like everybody else, find me on the dying ship called Twitter. But
I was
RC
expecting you to
entries,
say Pandora.
Oh no, please no. I don't even remember what the planet was called. Linktree, all the other fancy stuff. And yeah, I'm sorry if you guys follow me, you see my memes. I'm sorry. Sometimes it get a little aggressive.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. Things get aggressive on the internet. That's not a surprise to anybody.
And say, don't apologize. Double down.
Yeah.
Be more aggressive.
Close to hentai memes, you know what I'm saying?
No, I got a question. What's gonna be the ship that sinks and implodes faster? The Halo franchise or Twitter?
Bro, you already said it, Halo. You didn't have to say anything else after that.
Halo.
I think Halo's been in the same level as the Titanic for like the last decade.
It's so sad.
We know it's there. You can look at it, but it ain't coming back up.
Yeah, it's just been. It's crazy because like playing video games, right? You know, I like to play a little every night, take my edible, play whatever. For like an hour until I'm like, I need to go lay down now because it's getting too. I'm getting too bad at this shooter. So like I've been playing, Call of Duty, DMZ, and all that. And my daughter had a friend over, and they were just talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, he's playing one of those boomer shooters," and I was just like, "This is Call of Duty."
You just got called out.
And that's
Boomer
the thing.
shooter.
And that's the thing. My daughter goes, "Oh, he sometimes plays Halo." She was like, "Oh, that's even worse than boomer shooters." I was like, "Well, what is this? What is this?"
Wow, I gotta keep that in the tank.
It's bad.
Boomer shooter.
Well, I played Destiny. It's recent.
Yeah, that's you rise in like 3 years. That's entering the category where that's for old people, right?
That doesn't matter. I got 3 years. That's fine.
It makes a lot of sense why Avatar 2 made so much money, right? Because all the boomer shooters all went to go see this damn movie.
We did
All
though.
right wing media.
We like it was filled with older people. I was like,
There's a reason why the only Avatar meme actually going about is one where it's a cub.
True though.
There is a reason for this.
Excuse me, Adam and I have proven in the group that there are at least 4 memes, even though if I made 2 of them.
And all of them are made by the pair of you, and they are the definition of boomer memes.
It's good stuff, trust me. It's good. It's good.
It wasn't good. It was like the third hand embarrassment, not even second hand embarrassment, the third hand. Like,
third hand embarrassment.
It passed off me and came back. It's bad.
Man. Well, there we go, everybody. Hopefully we wasted 9 minutes of your life with this extended intro into the new year. You're probably going to get a lot more of this going forward. But hey, we can actually get to our first topic. So, let's the MCU has seen a substantial amount of, let's just call it what they are, projects that were in development or have yet to start shooting or are like finding themselves in a little bit of trouble due to production, getting shifted around. Originally, there was supposed to be like 10 or 11 projects for the MCU in 2023. Now we're looking at 6. For better or for worse, I think this is way better in my opinion. I was starting to feel some of that burnout with how much content we got in the last couple of years. Like there was really a lot of MCU content, and you could tell that quality.
There's a reason why I had like 260 days on the PlayStation last year. I had to preoccupy my mind with something.
Yeah, just looking back on it, like I said, we're going to do part 1 of the look back today in the show and then part 2 next week. But there was so much content. If you just compare the hours, like they dwarfed all of phase 1, 2, and 3 easily and quickly. So I'm honestly okay with them kind of making less content in the next year and a half, 2 years even, because, like, you know, you got Quantumania, Secret Invasion, we have the Marvels, we have Loki season 2. You know, it's a pretty good lineup. Guardians is probably going to be one of the biggest hits of the year. Make no mistake about that. And then whatever happens with animation, because What If season 2 seems to be nobody talks about it. X-Men 97, Agatha, and Echo all got bumped into next year, which is fine. Yeah, it's less projects.
So what TV show's coming out this year then?
So we just got Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, the Loki season 2 again, that counts, and then Ironheart is rumored for this fall, but it could slip into winter reportedly. So yeah,
which means 24.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like that December release type. Yeah. So, I mean, how do you guys feel about a smaller 2023 as opposed to what we've been getting, which is just constant barrage of yeah.
I wouldn't mind it because from the last couple of like TV series, a lot of the stuff felt rushed to me. Trying to get things on the timeline so they don't have to push anything back, and a couple of them could have used the extra time to sharpen a few things than what we got, or trying to fix them in post.
I mean, let's just say what we're all thinking, even if we like the show She-Hulk. She-Hulk could have used a little more time. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one, to be honest.
I don't know. So the CG could have used a little bit more work. Like the rest of the show, I think is fine.
Maybe the CG. Even I didn't find the CG.
For the most part, it would be the CG for the most part.
So I think the only one that really could have used a bit more time was Miss Marvel, because there was
I was gonna say
a whole subplot got out of that, and it was very noticeable.
Oh
the worst enemies in in all of MCU. You all died in one episode. Wow, cool.
If you could tell me their name, I will clap.
The Clandestine?
Damn it, he remembers.
You know, Armin,
I am cursed with the knowledge. No way. I am cursed with this knowledge. Oh, it's so bad. But here's the thing. Like, looking at the next year, I think just the film's enough. I mean, you got Quantumania. That thing's going to be huge. Guardians 3 is going to be huge. And the Marvels, despite what some people are going to tell you, that thing is going to be huge. So, like,
I mean, the people that say it's not going to be big are the people that went to go see that Gina Carano movie that made $804. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Go broke. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I made $4.
Yeah, that was a situation, and that's kind of the thing with this whole year. I'm okay with we're getting 3 big blockbuster films. None of them are like small scale. Well, obviously Ant-Man, the pun intended, small scale, but still it's Quantumania, it's Kang. Oh. But at the same time, looking at the bigger picture here, right? You look at what they're doing with the TV side of things. Secret Invasion, okay, street level espionage. Loki season 2, giant multiversal thing. And then Ironheart, more grounded to basics. I honestly think this year they got a pretty good balance of everything. Like,
yeah, I get the feeling this is all more of a Bob Iger thing.
Yeah,
like, excuse me. I think the reason why we got so much before was clearly the pandemic, right? You had a year and a half to catch up on, and we did that in like a year. So now you got that out of the way. Chapek's out, Iger's back in. It's like, let's just tone it down a little bit. Like, everyone's saying it's too much, there's this, there's that. There's always criticism that can be easily fixed by making it more spread out. Also, the whole CGI artist thing. Like, let's maybe not work them into an early grave.
Because it's that, and like you can't win with people, because if you like space it out, there's nothing to watch now. Why were you paying for this? And then on the opposite side is, there's too much. You're not, it's overstimulating to certain people, and it's like, well, it's like they have to have like a perfect balancing act, but in the real world, it's almost impossible to do that, because someone will find something to complain about.
Maybe this is going to be not enough, but maybe we'll end up being somewhere in between what we just had and what we're getting. But...
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like probably, or maybe like they'd cut down on the technically TV series, and I guess make a couple of them special presentations instead.
Exactly.
I think that's what we're gonna
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. I mean, if they were to do 2 special presentations a year, 2 to 3 seasons of whatever, and 2 to 3 movies, which looks to be the norm going forward, I think that's a good balance, because you also got to factor in all the stuff from like Sony and stuff that they're still branding with Marvel, and that's going to flood the gateways in like a year and a half. So.
No, please no.
Kraven the vegan this year. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's looking like.
What was it? What's that one? It's like El Muerto or something.
Oh, El Muerto, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah. No. There's no chance in hell that thing comes out.
Oh yeah, right. What's it? Hypno Hustler.
Oh! How are you?
Oh, the one movie that made no sense.
No, I am convinced you are just making these things up. There's no way a human remembers that exists.
No, they're going like really in on the Spider-Man villains that no one cares about to make movies about them.
Well, we say they're going all in. They got to come out first.
That's why people were like really like confused. Is Donald Glover not playing like
Prowler and stuff like
the
that.
Prowler, and I'm like, well, technically they can because it's the multiverse, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Mm-hmm. But it's just a weird thing that we got a good actor too, and he's gonna play the Hypno Hustler. He's like, who that? I don't know.
I feel like these movies are a way for Sony to like money launder something.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Because let's be honest, like Sony just needs the Marvel logo to boost that sales because there's no way.
You say that there was a certain movie that came out last year that had a massive cultural impact over something else, and it didn't make anything.
Oh, you're talking about the Marvel legend named Morbius?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I watched the after credits scene. It still doesn't make any sense.
None of it makes sense.
No.
Like I saw someone posted it. It goes, "This is the most hilarious thing ever," because it still doesn't make any sense.
And it would never go anywhere. Feige saw that and was just like, "What? What have you done?
What is this?" Oh, it's crazy, but it's all true. So, I mean, look, when we know more, when they officially confirm a lineup in the next couple months, we'll know exactly where we stand, and then we'll talk more about it. But until then, less projects, probably for the... Speaking of projects getting announced and things happening, Spider-Man 4... It sounds like we could get a potential, like, confirmation this year, because the rumors are it's releasing at some point in 2020, either, like, Christmas 2024 or summer of 25, which would mean if you follow the whole how Sony does it, production and all that, they would have to start production by the end of summer of this year. So, I mean... we're going to have to get the announcement soon, right? Like, they're taking away... This is the longest gap between Spider-Man movies, like, ever.
I was going to ask, is this going to be the longest... Like, between announcements...
Yeah.
This is going to be the longest one. But...
Between announcements, like... Because The Amazing Spider-Man was announced quickly after Spider-Man 4 was scrapped. And then it took time. But we haven't had the official, press release. We haven't had them going into production because the time now is allowed to be longer because they don't have to... hold on to the rights because they got the agreement with Disney. So it's kind of shocking that we've gone so long. Because typically right now, we'd be already talking about production starting, which is...
I mean, it makes sense, right? Holland's wanted a break. He's got the power. What they going to do? Say no?
Yeah, exactly.
This kid that's made them billions, like, yeah, they're going to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
He's like, I want like a 6 months break, wait a year, and then... Like, they're obviously they're gonna announce it this year. There's no way they don't, but
yeah, yep. I mean, this year makes sense also because it's an anniversary year for Spider-Man. It's one of the bigger ones. They got the new Spider-Man game coming. Like, the synergy there, I think, to me, is the thing that kind of is more telling than anything else. So,
Yeah, unless Holland's being difficult, there's the flip to that story. Like, he could just be completely. He wants too much money. Yeah.
I mean, he's got the Uncharted franchise to lean back on, so clearly.
I watched that. It's actually not that bad.
It's not the worst thing
Mitch,
ever, but
come on.
it's watchable.
You could literally change the name to Baba Boo the Goo, and it wouldn't even matter.
That's fine. The name doesn't impact the movie. Like, it's totally fine. Apart from Mark Wahlberg, he can.
Oh, he's such a bad Sully. So bad. Yeah. So bad.
Mark Wahlberg literally plays Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's
outside of him, it was fine. It was a Sunday afternoon movie. It was alright.
Yeah.
Better than Black Adam, that's for sure.
What if I feel like maybe the reason why we haven't got any announcement anytime soon is like that Kevin Feige and I forgot the CEO of Sony Pictures probably trying to be like, look,
Rothman.
So Rothman. They probably be like, look, what are we gonna do after Spider-Man 4? Can we make him fight Vulture in our new Venomverse? And Feige's like, you're not taking him. They're probably fist fighting right now, honestly.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of the thing. I think Sony also has such a big plate ahead of them, and they already have all these films like, Kraven coming this year. Then they got Madam Web and stuff. You don't want to oversaturate with spider-centric films. So if you make the announcement this year, it kind of fits what they're going for. Like, it really does.
Don't oversaturate, but hey, here's Hypno Hustler.
Hypno Hustler.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel before even starting at the top.
Yeah. I mean, what else they gonna do though? Like, that's
literally anyone else.
The Jackal.
No.
The Jackal's how we get Ben Reilly, and Ben Reilly's fine.
Like Sony. Did they ever explain why Sony just can't have like another Spider-Man for their specific universe? Did they ever explain that?
I mean, they're making a Silk show, aren't they? So I don't know why they start using.
No, I mean like for their main whatever freaking.
It's really weird, actually. It's like they don't want to have like clashing. I'll put it in air quotes: clashing interests in making money on having people be confused on which is the real Spider-Man currently.
Yeah, that is so dumb. This other studio has guy with bat wings and had like 30 different variations.
It's like really weird. That's why like they could say you got Tom Holland over here in live action, and then you got like Miles over here in animation. So it's two visually distinct Spider-Man. So they don't really have any overlapping here. But you've seen how they act in those emails that they leak throwing sandwiches and stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
In fairness, would we really want the Batmanification of Spider-Man?
No.
If Sony could just leave Tom Holland's version alone in the MCU, I'm literally willing to let them do their own Spider-Man so I could not watch it.
Yeah.
Wait, you want like Arnold as Tombstone?
Sure.
I mean, I'd take it, to be honest. That's actually not bad. That's actually not a bad idea. I'll have it.
Timothy Chalamet, whatever his name is.
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, he already is a Tom Holland variant. Let's be honest.
That's true. That is true.
Wasn't he one originally the runner-ups for MCU Spider-Man at that one point?
No, it was Asa Butterfield.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I can't remember the other kid's name.
Dylan O'Brien, I believe.
That's the one, O'Brien. Yeah.
So
wasn't it Butterfield that actually got it? And he's like, "I'm Spider-Man." And they just like fired him.
Yeah, I think he announced it a little bit too early, and they was like, "Nope."
Imagine fumbling that bag.
Yeah.
Can't keep secrets. Shaking my head.
Ironically, they got Tom Holland instead,
which worked out for them for the best. So
but you can't keep secrets. No.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, guys. Look, when they announce Spider-Man, we'll talk more about it. But until then, speculation will continue to run wild. Here we go. Part 1 of the Phase 4 wrap-up. So we're gonna do this in the chronological release order. So we're starting with WandaVision. That was the first kickoff to this whole thing. It was a long time coming without a bunch of MCU content, which was like, yeah, we'll see how this goes for them. Hopefully everything goes good. So, WandaVision, one of the most interesting experiments MCU has ever done. I mean, like, what?
It changed the game. That thing came out and he was always gonna be.
It gave me my favorite Captain Marvel. I was very happy. Get to see Monica Rambeau. I remember during the pandemic, and I saw Monica Rambeau got her spectrum powers or photon, whatever they want to call it now. I was hitting my leg. I was like, oh my god!
I think they're gonna go with photon because that's what they're making her go by now. When she was like spectrum for a while, and it was probably a better name. So,
well, haven't they changed their name in the comics recently?
Yeah, they changed it back to photon.
Oh, was it back to? I thought something different.
Yeah, it was spectrum. People loved it and they liked it, and then with this coming up, I think she had a mini or something like that, and they went back to photon for some reason.
I mean, it you just got to line it up with the movie, right? I mean, it's clearly what's happening.
Watch it not be photon. Feige just dummied the comics division.
Just call it Captain Marvel. Call it a day. Seem like I'm Captain Marvel also.
You're gonna get all these like right-wing YouTubers.
The Avatar 2 watchers. What are they gonna do?
Exactly. Yeah. Army's just gonna go nuts. His villain era style.
I mean, they haven't stopped putting Brie on everything, even when she's not even a part of the conversation. So
it's true.
Like Brie Larson racist for being Captain Marvel. What?
And I got that attention brought to me. It's always her in that dress for some reason.
Always.
I wonder why.
Always.
Like, just look at a specific spot. There's a reason why.
But what makes
nice dress, that's what I'm talking about.
What makes WandaVision very interesting is the fact that since it was the first of its kind in the MCU, what I did enjoy was the fact that everybody was trying to do these damn theories. So everybody's disappointment towards the end was very.
I spent weeks trying to Mephisto pill Jared, and it didn't work. But I get to say I told you.
Bro, WandaVision, there was like Xavier's gonna come out, Magneto's gonna open the door.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
Yeah, I did like that. It had that little mystery aspect to it in the beginning because people were trying to figure out what was going on. So
we haven't had it since either. I'm kind of hoping like Coven of Chaos does a similar thing, but not just trying to ape WandaVision. Like keep it in that same vein, but don't just outright copy it.
Yeah.
Yes, especially with the I guess with the radio, we didn't know what was actually coming out until we finally figured out that they're trying to communicate with them inside the bubble.
Right. No, it was a good show built on mystery, which, again, I think worked a lot, and a lot of people like it, obviously. After that, though, we had The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This show has the
first casualty of COVID.
This show had some, I think that's the best way to put it.
Had to retcon something because of COVID.
There is...
Yeah. Let's take that subplot out of it and never talk of it again.
Some major issues with... obviously, if you watch it back, I mean, I've watched it, you could tell when they had to cut around actors and the lighting is off. Like, it was really impacted because they were going to be a more global show, and they had to kind of restrict things to just, like, a couple locations. But, again, at least it does what it's supposed to do, which is setting up Thunderbolts, this whole more other side of Marvel. Again,
so it focused on the important arcs that the show needed to do, and it did that very well. It's just unfortunate that those arcs were also tied to what were they called? The Flag Smashers?
Yes.
Everything was tied to that, and the first thing you see was like, we have vaccines. It's like, yeah, cool, what they for? And then nothing else. Nothing. But you couldn't have just cut that line out. Like, okay.
Yeah.
It's still definitely one of my top MCU shows. Probably like my second favorite, only because writing of the character wise. When like you said regarding like the plot was like because COVID. If it was me, I would have kept that storyline in, but it's whatever. But I really enjoy the characters. You get to see the first Black Captain America. You see Sam taking up the mantle. He better take that super soldier serum in the fourth movie, because I don't know how he's gonna win anything.
It's a weird thing, because like for some reason Sam has this pride and he won't take any type of serum even when he had the chance. I guess that's his whole identity, is that he's gonna try as best he can.
It's because he saw how old Steve looked and how long he lived for, and he's just like, nah, I don't want that.
Want to take the super soldier serum, Sam? No, I don't think I will, Cap. You look aged.
After the rumors about Captain America 4, I'm like, I'll be damned if Sam doesn't take any super soldier serum.
Yeah.
That's why he wants the event to assemble a new line of Avengers. He wants someone else to fight a Hulk.
Everybody, do my dirty work. I'm gonna fly around with these wings.
I'll be your eyes in the sky.
Oh, yeah, great show. I really enjoyed it.
Okay,
No,
well,
I enjoyed it.
okay, good. Because the next show everybody loved, Loki.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, literally.
As someone who I've lived long enough to be like, I don't like Loki. I was like, I never understood the appeal of Loki throughout the MCU. And then I watched the show. I was like, I finally understand. It took many years later and the pandemic to make me realize, you know what? This Loki guy, I see him going somewhere. Who would have thought?
This is it. I finally like the character when he's gone.
It's a good show, and it's like I've never watched a show where someone was so self-absorbed that the only person he could love is himself.
Oh yeah, that's nasty. I don't care what no one says. That's incest.
Is it incest though if it's yourself?
Damn. Wait, no, because Spider-Man, I know we're jumping in timelines, but Spider-Man called each other brothers.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Loki is sick.
I mean,
why you remind me?
like, I don't know. Loki just has so much going for it. It's such a great show. Season 2, can't wait for it to get here. So, like, it definitely did its job, and I'm excited.
I still stand by Kang wasn't in that
Jonathan Majors
show.
is like 10 out of 10.
He wasn't Kang though.
No, I said Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I guess we'll see what major impact he has on the MCU this year.
He ain't gonna kill Ant-Man. That's what he gonna do.
That's like the level of James Cameron writing stuff.
Red equals bad. James Cameron, $3 billion in box office. Thanks, James. Damn. But yeah. So next up was the long-awaited. This thing sat on a shelf for a year and a half. Black Widow.
I like this movie.
I love this movie.
I
Okay, so true story. Anytime somebody comes to my place, they're like, "Ooh." They're looking at the Hot Toys I display, and the first thing they say is, oh my God, that one is amazing, that one is cool. They'll turn back at me and they go, you have a Black Widow and Taskmaster shelf? Because they're so confused that I like both those characters. And I'm like, yes, I do in fact have Taskmaster from that film. And then I have to explain to them why I like the film. And the argument I get every time is, it should have been a Phase 1 movie. And
I don't get it. It's like, so what? What does that even mean?
Yeah, who cares?
So it should have come out 5 years ago. Well, it couldn't because it wasn't made 5 years ago.
Yep. Like, what do you...
Realistically, the only reason I like Black Widow, like the film itself, was because of Florence Pugh and the Red Guardian. Other than that, it was like, it was fine.
I say it's nothing. It's not gonna blow your tits off or anything, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a nice send off for her, a nice introduction for Florence Pugh. Like, it does what it does well.
obviously some of the shortcomings are clearly the visual effects, which, good God, some of them are bad. But
And
otherwise,
even then, it's only in like one scene, which unfortunately is when it's very CGI.
Yup.
It's just like, oh. But outside of that, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's totally fine.
I really like this film. I mean, it's still in my top 10 MCU somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
I wouldn't put it that high. Can't relate. Can't relate.
Yeah, I like it that much. I watched it a couple
even know
times.
where did I put it? I know Benny's game, but like, you got it here. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Yeah,
I apologize, Benny. That's not what I think you sound like.
Thanks to Phase 4, I can't remember anything after top 10. There's like a billion projects in one damn phase. I don't remember anything.
Oh yeah, I got it like low 20s. Yeah, but that's not indicative of what I think of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, after that, then we got Marvel's What If. But after What If, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Thank God.
So,
God damn.
I love Shang-Chi. It's my second favorite MCU film.
It's got a touch of the Wonder Woman's. It's 2/3 of really good movie.
It does have a bit of the Wonder Woman. I can agree there. I can agree with that. It's
the first one, not 84. I ain't going that far.
What I loved about Shang-Chi is the fact that it's been a while since we have like I'm a fan of like hand-to-hand combat in films, like Ip Man and all this other stuff, right? So when I saw Shang-Chi, I was like, the fighting is literally the best in the MCU and probably one of the best in our current generation.
Yeah,
regarding like hand-to-hand. Because, for example, what else came out that year when it involves hand-to-hand fighting? The Matrix 4. No. People's excuse was like, Keanu Reeves is too old. He can't be doing that. That's where so many cuts. I just saw the trailer for John Wick 4. Someone is lying to me.
Keanu's at that age where some days you are too old, other days you are not. He spent all like the some days he's not on John Wick.
Yeah.
But the only thing I didn't really like about Shang-Chi is obviously, like you said, the third act when he fought the dragon. The fight, the action part of that is cool. I was like, but damn, I was like, where does giant dragon like came from? Could have just saved it for like a future film.
Just like, don't wake up in Monster Hunter or something. What's going on?
Oh yeah. And like the thing with also Shang-Chi is it kind of proved people were really against this film because you saw a lot of knee-jerk reaction. Everybody was just like, oh, it's gonna be woke. And then a lot of these people were like, actually, that was kind of good. Some people still stuck to it, even though you could clearly tell they enjoyed it because they got to stick with the grift. But it's a film that I've been waiting for like my entire life as somebody who loves like martial arts films. I love the old throwback like Jean-Claude Van Damme films and all that. So this felt like that in part. So
out of all the martial arts films, you pulled out Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Dude, I watch Bloodsport.
You're insane.
Dude, I watch Bloodsport at least twice a year, okay? It is a masterpiece.
Well, I do. Lionheart. Lionheart was like 10 out of 10.
Lionheart's so good. And
so good.
The Quest, and they're all essentially the same movie with him, but they're all great.
You could have gone like Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, like literally anyone else.
They come after.
You went Van Damme.
Every year I do Jean-Claude January or Jean-Claude July, where I watch is just Jean-Claude movies. So
does that include the Street Fighter movie?
Yes. Oh, I love that movie. I have that on 4K.
Bro, what? Where you really see the practical effects.
Yeah. But hey, going off of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, we had the Eternals.
Number one movie of all time.
The Eternals. Okay, you guys talk about the Eternals.
As I really don't understand the hate for this movie. It makes no sense. I don't care what no one says. This has the strongest writing, great acting, the best visual effects. How is this movie so low to anybody? I don't get it.
Because there's not enough explosions.
So
There's not enough blue people like sticking their hair in other things.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I'm trying. Like, it had a good twist. It took my boy Icarus, made him a racist. Who would have thought? Like when I found that whole twist of Icarus, when he found out he was bad, I remember I looked at my girl. I was like, "What did they do?" I was like, "Icarus, no."
Oh, that's.
No, I love that movie. Yeah.
It literally, that film did everything really well, and I'm really trying to understand why it has the lowest reviews out of all the MCU films.
Talking with just like a bunch of people I know that are like, they like the MCU. They'll go watch the films and watch the shows. The number one complaint I found across the board is it doesn't feel like everything else in the MCU, which I'll give it to them. It definitely doesn't. It doesn't. That's for sure. For better or for worse, I guess.
Which is just as bad as being like, it should have been a Phase 1 movie. Like, what?
Yeah.
But how? Make things make sense.
They saw a gay couple kiss, and that's where they drew the line. I remember being in the theater, people behind me, they made a weird face. I was like, well, homophobia?
It's certainly...
It was either that or when a certain someone said that they could lead the Avengers.
Yeah.
Icarus, but they want to make him a bad boy. Shaking my head. Disappointing. Do him to the sun. Why they did Icarus like this, man?
It's all right. He'll be back in the sequel. It's fine.
He wanted to be Superman.
Will.
No, it's true. It's true. Well,
if it wasn't for one last thing, I bet you the reason why the MCU struggled in CGI is because how perfect the Eternals look. I'm just saying. Perfect looking movie.
They spent all that time throwing him in the sun.
Damn. The budget for that one celestial coming out from the Earth, 10 out of 10.
Well, if you didn't know, Chris Nolan would have actually shot an Eternal really coming off of Earth like that because he recreated nukes as well. So
I thought you said he was going to build like a statue that size in the ocean.
Or James Cameron would have spent $1 billion on it.
We need to go to the International Space Station so I can get the angle of the view he's going to have of London. Why? Because, okay, James, here's your $3 billion for this movie. Oh, what an insane concept. But Eternals, love it or hate it, it's there. It's in the MCU. I'm sure people let us know if they like it or hate it. But after that came...
Remember, there's only one right answer to that question.
Yes. There is.
The Eternal Books cast, here we are.
But hey, you know what else is eternal? I walked into that real bad. Hopefully, speedy recovery to Jeremy Renner because Hawkeye came out, and Hawkeye was a good show.
I just talking about him. I don't know how that man is still 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
He got run over by like 7 tons of machine and he's still able to talk.
I guess he's just lucky that like buried him in the snow and could like roll over because that is frightening.
Yeah,
this is the same man who has his own social media app, bro. He could do anything.
But yeah, I like Hawkeye.
I liked it for what it was. I'm still not a big Hawkeye fan. The only time I've ever liked the character, it took Endgame because he became Ronin. And I remember in the beginning of Endgame, I was like, oh, if I had to choose between Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye dying, I was like, either or would have been fine. But after the Ronin, I was like, man, Black Widow gotta go. It's time for her to skid out.
Hold on, Scarlet Witch or Black Widow? Which one?
Oh,
Scarlet Witch.
For some reason, my brain mixed up Scarlett Johansson with Marvel. My bad. Black Widow. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, Jeremy Renner. I mean, we got Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is 10 out of 10.
Great character. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Echo. Pray for her show, but I thought she was great.
Her show's fine.
I loved everything honestly about Hawkeye. It's just.
Everything?
Pretty much everything, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think there was a bad episode in it. It just wasn't the best out of Phase 4.
I mean,
it's like the Hawkeye curse, right? He's good, but he's just not the best out of the group.
Exactly, yeah. He's destined to be replaced by a good character like Kate Bishop. Right?
What, you didn't like the Avengers musical?
That was like one of the best parts of that show. I will stand by that.
That was probably my least favorite part, but at least it was the post credits scene. So
it's just uncultured. That's what that is.
I forgot that was a thing.
At least
It
we know
unlocked
that.
the memory that I brought.
I need the full musical. Like yes.
At least we know it was an actual rehearsed musical that they can actually put on a show for.
Yeah, there's actual Broadway people singing, dancing, and writing it. That's where the budget went.
It's probably the production of that by like Bob Chapek that tanked Disney stock so bad they spent too much on it. They're like, all right, bring back Iger. We can't have this. It's just too much.
Reason why those stocks tanked was because those $1 billion tequila shots that they were selling.
That's not wrong, though. That's not wrong. Oh, craziness.
But we got Kingpin back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
How did you forget that?
I don't know. The only thing I really remember was like Kate Bishop and stuff. I mean Kingpin. Woo!
Why are you such a fake fan, Ricardo? Fake fan.
I'm hyped for Daredevil, but I mean,
well, you know what? We'll talk about that next because the last thing we're going to talk about in this discussion is Spider-Man: No Way Home. So.
I mean, it was alright.
What do you film Twitter now? Turn it back on and after all the hype because you got to be different. What is this?
Yeah, new year, new me. Yeah,
new year, new me. Yeah.
To me, this is still when it comes to like live action Spider-Man. I think it did everything correctly. They didn't make like the other Spider-Man like a main focus. They were a part of the plot for the third act for help. This is strong. This is Tom Holland's like best acting he has done.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I say the other Spider-Men are there to service his story. They're not there to service anything else. They're purely there for Holland.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you have they pull the Aunt May trigger, which is crazy. I was like, the Spider-Man game did it, and it was like, let's do it again. I was like, wow. Another thing, they made Tom Holland Spider-Man the most depressed Spider-Man out of all the Spider-Mans. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
can't wait to figure out what they're gonna do for Spider-Man 4. He'll be emo as hell.
But there was a weird narrative with this movie because people were going like, "Oh, it's not going to be the same watching it at home because there's pauses for people to cheer." And it's like, no, there's not.
I'm not gonna lie, I've said that. Like when I watched No Way Home by myself, I was like, wait a minute, where's the crowd reaction?
Why is there no guy in front of me backflipping in the middle of this bit? Like, what's going on?
I was like, wait, I could actually hear the dialogue. I was like, this ain't No Way Home.
Yeah, there was an element of that though. It was like,
yeah, but like no one said that stuff for Endgame. Like, there's no fan reactions in Endgame at home. It's just like, so like, it's a movie. Like you enjoy the movie and watch the movie.
I don't know. I still look for that one guy to be like, oh my god, he said on your left, but that person doesn't exist.
Well, why don't you be that guy?
No, that's called schizophrenia. I don't want to do that.
Didn't we skip over Moon Knight?
No, that's way after. That's part 2 for
really?
the discussion.
Wow, the last like 2 years, it just won. Damn.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah, No Way Home, great movie.
Great movie.
Oh wait, one more thing about No Way Home. It solidified the fact that what's the guy? Damn, I forgot this guy's name. Green Goblin.
William Dafoe.
Yeah, William Dafoe is like a 10 out of 10 villain. Imagine being one of the best live action, if not the best live action Spider-Man for your own universe, just to come to the MCU to be like, hey, 10 out of 10 even here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, this film, the cultural impact it had, and I mean, it's all there, you know?
Oh, now we're talking cultural impact, I see.
Yeah, cultural impact, all right. So we need to make Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, well, it is what it
You
is.
really don't want to see a really old Tobey Maguire trying to be
I
Spider-Man.
can't lie, I kind of do.
Wait, kind of do
I
what?
kind of do.
Why are
What,
you like
Spider-Man
this?
4?
I mean, just make it a special. Like, you haven't got to put it out in the theaters.
I mean, they did have that deleted scene where there was a scene with Tobey Maguire and Andrew.
Yeah. With them kind of hinting at it. So, yeah, I mean, you could get it. We could get it. Why not?
Yeah,
We
it's
won't,
just,
but
it's just,
Yeah, we
it's
won't,
just him
but-
delivering pizzas for 15 minutes.
Yeah, like I need to understand. Like, did MJ cheat on him one last time?
Of course she did. Of course she did.
wrong girl.
She was like, you weren't in this universe. It wasn't cheating. No, it's fine.
Oh, so bad. Oh, damn that MJ. So, yeah, that brings it to the end of this first half. The second half, we're going to cover a bunch more stuff that will start off with Moon Knight. So, obviously, there's a lot more to talk about in discussion for all of Phase 4 and kind of look back on it. And we hope you guys let us know what you also enjoyed the most, because I know there's all sorts of people that enjoy different things. I've seen some wild picks for people's favorite things in Phase 4. Some truly
Eternals
wild.
#1, my boy. Let's go.
I
Top
don't
10
even have it.
anime betrayals is when Nick said, actually, I don't even like Eternals that much in the group. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, but we all knew Nick was faking it after time, right?
Come on now.
He went way too hard, way too quick when that movie came out. Just like, Nick, slow your
18
roll.
one time. 18 one time. Oh, I don't like Eternals. Wow. It's Mr. Edgelord yourself.
This get personal. Oh my god.
I heart you, Nick. Don't worry.
No.
The Eternal Council never claimed him anyway. They saw right through him. No.
They saw
Me and Mitch standing our ground because we're the only ones who read the comics too. Pray for Eternals. We're keeping it afloat.
They're fine. They're coming back. We all know it.
This chat's this is something. This has become something. So yeah, everybody, let us know your favorite project now has officially brought us to the end of this here podcast. Hopefully you guys have been entertained. Again, we're only focusing on what is clearly the superior brand. I mean, is anybody going to argue that? No? Good.
Until Image Comics takes over.
Yeah, that new Spawn movie's coming any day now.
Oh,
Yeah, Spawn. I can't wait.
It's fine. We got Invincible coming out sometime soon, maybe.
maybe.
What's it? Oh yeah, Kyle Higgins is trying to get Radiant Black to come out.
You know
Radiant
what?
who now?
Maybe the Marvel universe.
Radiant Black.
Right
Like the comics are doing so well that like they expanded that universe like a lot actually.
See, the problem here is you guys just aren't cultured enough to understand that Sony is going to be putting out all the bangers in the next couple years. So,
Okay.
I mean, wait till Monstrous comes out and then we'll talk, right? All right.
Whoever, when Amazon drops Saga, it's over for that's it.
Saga's literally never going to happen.
never, ever.
It will. I promise you.
The
In my
Amazon
lifetime,
fumbled
Saga
the East
will
to West
exist.
bag, all right? I still haven't forgiven him for that one. Like, if I can't get East to West, you ain't getting Saga.
Damn.
Someone make East to West, please. I beg.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon, remember,
Please.
had it, then they dropped it.
Yeah, that
Unfortunately.
was. Well, Hickman was like, "Yeah, you're screwing this up. I'm leaving. No.
Oh, did
Taking my East to West with me."
Man, I just realized I never got to tell you guys my genius joke I came up with while watching a Christmas movie, right?
I bet it's going to be really bad. I'm here for
Oh,
it.
it's
Jingles all the way.
look. This joke legit had everybody just look at me, and Shay was like, "Oh my god, why?"
So it's like literally everything else.
Pretty much, yeah. So we're watching Jingle All the Way, of course, the
Yeah, I
greatest
fucking
Christmas
knew
movie of
it.
all time, right? Which I watch every year, at least twice.
10 out
So,
of 10 Christmas movie.
so I'm sitting there, I may or may not have consumed something with the wacky tobacco in it. So I'm sitting there.
Wow, boomer, Jesus Christ.
So I look over at Shay. She's like, "Oh no," because she could tell I had a joke, and I'm like, "Hey, what did Mr. Freeze say to Namor about the condition of his #1 general?" And she goes, "I don't know
I'm hovering over the hang up button."
And I go, "It's not a tumor." And she was like, "Did you seriously just work in Arnold's It's Not a Tumor into a tumor?" And I was like, "I did, thank you." And she just got up and went and grabbed some food, and I was like, that's genius. Thank you.
What a boomer shooter kind of joke.
This was, and then after that, I just went and played DMZ for like 3 hours. So it was a good day.
That was.
Wow.
Yep. That's genius.
I hope we get demonetized for that one.
YouTube guy be like, "Nah, that joke. Screw that. Screw that."
He was like, a tumor? Nah. Change the joke.
He actually got a tumor listening to that joke.
Oh,
Done.
nah.
It just carries on. It doesn't end.
It's like Avatar 2. It doesn't end. Dude, Cameron was like, "Oh yeah, my movie was like 30 minutes longer, but we had to cut out even more." It's like, how?
Yeah, you should have cut 3 hours out of it. Like, goddamn.
But
Who needs a 3 I know that I've seen it, but who needs like 3.5 hours to establish a scene? I don't understand.
actually, Mitch, he takes 15 minutes of no dialogue in one part. It's just like, look at these fish floating around. I'm like, yeah, keep eating my popcorn.
What a pretentious prick he is.
It's greatness. Trust me, the movie's great.
No, I if there's anything, is not trusting you.
We want the people in the comments to vote. What is the greatness, Eternals or Avatar 2?
Well,
Come on now.
at least that's, in the third movie, you're gonna get the Fire Nation. So
I'm convinced he's just watching The Last Airbender and copying.
He was
He
like,
absolutely
damn, this
is.
is a good idea
He
of a
absolutely
show.
is.
Like, didn't he say like the fourth film or something like that was supposed to take place on Earth? I was like, yo, James Cameron, you're sick.
Because he has to bring his metaphorical Earth, where he's trying to put all his message in about the planet and stuff, to actual Earth in the movie.
Yup. That's
He's
what
really got to drive home what he's talking about, because it's not bloody obvious already.
Oh.
James Cameron is just trying to be like a really uncool version of Harrison Ford, and I think it's time to stop. Like, it needs to stop.
I agree.
Oh.
But people have got to stop paying to see bloody Avatar.
But it's good.
If you're going to watch it, can you at least talk about it? The only person that talks about it is Armin. The only thing Armin says about it is people. He says, "Oh, everyone says it's bad." It's like the only person talking about it is you, and you're the only one saying it's bad. Like the only time those two words are in the same sentence is when you're ironic or unironically doing it.
Me going to corrupt all this audio and post-production. Like, I don't know what Mitch is saying. He's clearly praising Avatar.
Exposing the secret.
You know what's crazy about Avatar 2? Like, how can a film make so much money and I barely see any spoilers for it?
There's nothing to spoil. There's nothing to spoil. I swear to God.
You saw the first one. It's the same.
This movie sucks. I'm watching this movie. Only way I'm watching this movie if I'm in a coma and they play in the background on the TV.
I'm gonna splice in random clips of you guys praising Eternals, being like, "So Avatar 2, masterpiece, genius, Chloe Zhao, wow."
I can't wait for Adam to hear all this and then just go off in the group. It's gonna be another boomer meme or something. Just like, oh, cool.
It's gonna be one of those memes from MySpace era where it was the black background with the picture in the middle.
God.
Oh no. It's the Velociraptor meme. It's like, is Avatar a good movie? Is a movie good with no memes?
Oh, Jesus. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us on this Welcome Back podcast. Next week, we'll be back with the rest of the ranking, and then members topics and all that will be coming back as well. And hopefully there'll be a ton of good Marvel stuff to talk about this year, which there definitely will be, because we're closing in on multiple projects this February's already Quantumania, and then sounds like end of March could be Secret Invasion. So
I'll say there needs to be something, because we got half the content now. So
yeah, come on, What If season 2?
What? Throw that in the
Throw it in. What if? Well, What if the show
What if
ends?
it was good?
What if it was good?
What if Cameron stayed at the bottom of the ocean?
He would evolve into something, clearly. He's
A
searching
good
for his calling.
filmmaker.
Whoa. You don't
No,
besmirch Terminator 2.
I don't believe that.
Do not.
No.
Not
No,
Terminator 2.
I mean, it's just a sequel, right? No.
Yes, but better.
So maybe he'll evolve into something that with an original idea.
No. He's dead set on making 7 more avatars.
No.
You know what?
I mean, this is
hope
better than
Cameron
Alita, right? He
watches
can't
this
get Alita out there anymore. So
Oh, thank God.
it was saved.
Alita Army, stay strong.
It's going to take Cameron 7 years to teach someone else how to make an Avatar movie because apparently you need a damn degree.
Someone send this podcast to James Cameron in his email. I need to understand. Maybe he
I
could
don't want to
write-
get waterboarded. What are you talking
No,
about?
come on. Wow.
James Cameron at Pandora.aol.
Oh, that's going to be the email that takes this video down. I can tell you.
How did they know my email from AOL? What? It's like, James, come on. We know when you got on
just
the
like
internet.
checks out. Like, that's it.
Oh, God. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a happy new year, and it's good to have you all back here. Later.